he tells me to tell you that you're very lucky that he's here. He is very funny. He's a veteran of the Just for Laughs Festival in Montreal, and he's traveled all over the country in North America. Please welcome to the stage, Kwasi!
You guys didn't like that at all. We were just joking around, like, what do you want me to tell them? Like, tell them they need me in their lives. And you're like, nope. Hello, visible majority. You're my favorite. This one white dude in the front just like, yeah, what's up? I know. It's just me, or has a woman been abused in every single comics act tonight? Like, that's so fucked up, right? That's what you get with a predominantly male show. But a glimpse into Vancouver's future. We got an Asian lady at the helm of everything, so that's how I roll back. I love what's going on tonight, man. I'm pro lady at the helm. I was raised by women. It was just my mom, my two sisters that had a hand in raising me. My dad was just like, deuces, and then took off. And on top of that, there's like just enough men in the Thomas family tree to keep us going. So I've had an overexposure, if you will, to women growing up, and I think because of that, I've developed using fluidly in a sentence. I've developed a problem using the word vagina. You see, it's a dictionary word, and girls usually start laughing first. You guys have them, I would imagine. So you gotta admit there's something weird about the way vagina rolls off the tongue. That was a double entendre. That means two entendres. All right. And out of respect, and I'd rather not use any derogatory terms for it either, right? The P word, the C word. So I figured from here on out, I will refer to that part of the female anatomy as the reason. And I don't know if the girls want to believe where this is going, but fellas, fucking seriously. Why do you wake up in the morning? Yeah, now the girls are on board, but now the guys just like, with their wife or girlfriend, like, baby, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. I wake up for the conversation. Like, no, sorry, ladies, you're amazing, you're wonderful, you're smart, you taste great, you smell even better, but it's why we get out of bed, it's why we shower, it's why we go to work, it's the reason I learned how to read. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, I just knew A to Z was gonna get me some TNA and I stuck with it. And like I said, it kind of takes the vulgarity out of talking about it if ever you have to. You ever have that after date conversation, letting a buddy know how everything went on a date? And I was like, yeah, man, I took this girl out last night. She talked my fucking ear off all night long for no reason. Yo, Quace, man, when'd you break up with your girl? She was cute. No reason. That one had a trickle effect. I'm not mad at you guys. You guys, I know I'm just blowing your minds right now. The second I get up on stage, you're all just like, yes. Guilt-free dose of racism. Alright, I made peace with that. I'll tell you what, you guys stick with me, I'll be good to you at the end. I'll give you some nigga shit at the end, okay? Tonight's actually a very special night. I've been paying attention, and apparently every comic up here is in a relationship, which is odd for comics, because we're usually fresh out of one. I don't know if you've ever been to a comedy show, but it's always like, I just broke up with my girlfriend, and which brings me to my next point. I'm fresh out of a fucking relationship, and I've got a bit of a bitter taste in my mouth for anything relationship related right now. Because I mean, I was with this girl for quite a while. Like, we grew up together. I'd known her since I was like 12, 13, and we started dating in my early 20s. And yeah, before I go on, I'm 32 years old. No doubt. I'm moisturized. I know half of you guys thought I was like an 8-year-old Sicilian. The other half of you are like, what the fuck part of Africa is Sicily? The other half of you guys are like, this guy fucking sucks at fractions. We were dating for a while, and out of the blue, she decided I wasn't the guy for her, which is fine. That shit happens all the time, right? But the kicker was, she decided to provide that information to me over the fucking internet. Wow. You know what? I can't even be surprised at the initial reaction. If you guys can hear, it was ha! Right? But that shit sucks, man. That shit fucking hurt. The rest of you guys are looking at me like it's 2015, motherfucker. How'd you expect it to do it? I'm breaking up with someone right now. Fuck you. But after all that time and love and investing each other, she drops me a goddamn email, which really fucking stung, man. Mostly because we lived together at the time. You know? And I was right there when she was typing it up too, which apparently was a problem in the first place. So like I said, I'm kind of and that was my breakup. You guys remember the breakup? You know, like, I mean, I've broken up since, you know, and I've broken up before, but that was the one that was just like, oh, never again. Like, now it just doesn't feel like, when a girl ends it with me now, it's just like, it just doesn't, I don't feel it anymore. Like, the sense of loss when a girl ends in a relationship with me is like, you know that minor inconvenience you feel when your phone dies in the middle of the day? It's like, what do you mean you don't want to be with me anymore? What am I going to do for the next couple of hours, I suppose? Those are my friends that are still coupled up. They only want to hang out with single Kwasi when they got some new relationship shit that they want to show off. You know, like my best buddy, Brett, like, I met him when I first moved out here. We hung out all the time, and then he met his girl, and I never saw him again. Which is fine, like, we all know that happened. But then he called me up not that long ago. He was like, hey, Kwasi, we should hang out. I was like, wicked. You know, I'm gonna hang out with Brett. But he didn't want to hang out with me. He wanted me to come over because him and his girl just bought a house. He wanted me to get the tour. He wanted to give me the fucking tour. You guys know the tour? Because apparently when someone else buys a home, you're the one that forgets what the basic layout of a fucking house is. You got one grown man talking to another grown man saying, well, that's the bathroom. Really, Brett? With a toilet bowl and everything? Man, maybe I should move in with my girlfriend so I can stop taking shits in the kitchen. Get off that for a little bit with this stand-up tragedy. I'm originally from Montreal, by the way. Anybody ever? Oh, nice. So you guys know it's a city where no means maybe. And maybe means all right, but not the but. It's actually in the billboard. If ever you're driving in from Ontario, it's on the billboard in both languages. Bienvenue à Québec. Okay, mais pas dans la ass, s'il vous plaît. It's gotta be in both languages, otherwise someone's getting fucked. And one of the reasons I moved across the country is to pursue my comedy and my acting career. I also act as well, and it's been great. Like, I audition all the time for roles, which is probably the worst fucking thing. Like, getting a part is amazing, but if there's any actors, anybody else here in the industry, auditioning for a role is like the most judgmental situation you'll ever be in. Like, for me personally, it reminds me of the night I lost my virginity. Like, and I audition like 3-4 times a week, so can you guys imagine reliving that fucking horror 3-4, and you guys, right now, you guys are all looking at me like yours was magical. If your first time having sex was amazing and you had fond memories of it, you did it wrong. Alright, you're probably still a virgin, check that shit out. Alright, but it's a very judgmental, I'm gonna draw the comparison as to why I remember it every single time. Again, in my personal experience, I'm in an audition room and right away there's someone more experienced than me just barking orders the whole fucking time, scaring the shit out of me. Alright? As I'm leaving, as the door is closing behind me, I'll usually hear a, we'll call you, kind of thing, you know? And again, in my personal experience, usually I'll be in the audition room doing my thing, and there's 3 or 4 guys in the other room that look just like me waiting for their turn. I lost my virginity to a hoe. I did it the Christian way. The other thing that I hate about auditioning is what it does to black actors in the city. You guys already know, I'm not going to get too much into it, but you already know Vancouver's got like 7 black people and 5 of us are actors. And they have us in a room and they have us in there battling it out for crackhead number 1 or drug dealer number 2. Today, I just left an audition today and it was drug addict on the ground. Now it was drug addict on the ground because right next to me was drug addict on his feet. Because apparently the casting director didn't think that one black guy could play the 2 roles. They got us in there trying to out-black each other. And it sucks because the other guys, the other actors, they're like me. We wear clothes that fit, we speak the Queen's English. It's beautiful, you know, like we're not that guy, but they turn us into just something that we're not, you know, like my buddy Jared, he's got a degree in economics. This fucking guy, this actor, he just does it on the side. He counts the numbers higher than 25 to life, right? And he's in there trying to out-black me, you know? Like, I'll just say something to him like, hey, Jared, what's going on, man? How the kids? I heard you finished your deck. Did you get that finish? And he'll say some stupid shit back to me like, yeah, and like walk away. So a wigger? Right, this is the worst version of it. It's when instead of a white guy trying to act black, it's a black guy trying to act black. It's horrible. I call them bliggers. And guess what, white folks? You can say bliggers too. We had a meeting, it's as close as I can get you. I'm gonna end off on this little story. I promised you guys were semi-okay, but I'm still gonna tell this story. You guys have been present. I will tell you the most gangsta I've ever been in my whole life. It happened at the end of last summer. My buddy Eric was putting together a barbecue, and he was just whipping up the most phenomenal ribs I'd ever had in my whole life. So I had a whole plate of ribs at the picnic table, and right next to me was this girl, and she was eating a salad at a fucking barbecue. You guys have to understand, for me, eating a salad at a barbecue is like eating a salad pretty much fucking anywhere, really. But it offended me, so I asked her, I was like, hey, Tiffany or Amber or Thiessen, whatever the fuck, have you tried the ribs? They were phenomenal. And this was my breaking point. She stood up for her salad. She was like, I love salad, okay? It's got tomatoes and lettuce and cucumbers and cucumbers. I was like, I don't know. Those are the only vegetables I know. But, and you guys have to understand, it offended me, but my reaction, it just wasn't me. But as naturally as I breathe, as naturally as I stand before you today, these words just flew right out of my mouth. I was just like, what? We didn't get to get down on these ribs because them niggas is delicious. Doesn't that sound like the end of the most racist infomercial you've ever heard? Ever? Like for people you can eat or something, you know? Like tired of white folks tasting like rice cakes? Try black people, these niggas is delicious! Anyways, thanks a lot for paying attention.